Okay, thank you. Everybody stand up. Put the music on. What are you talking about? Come on, follow me. Follow. No. One, two. Now do like this. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Again. Left, right, and okay, thank you. No, don't sit. First thing I need you all to do is grab one item in this room right now. It could be anything. And get back here in 10 seconds. Grab any item in this room. That's all you need to do. So do this now. You have 10 seconds. Count down for somebody else. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Lesson number 1. When you saw me pitch just now, that's the worst thing you can ever do. You're not prepared. This is something that we also learned because there's at one point we actually changed some slides last minute. Worst thing to do ever before a pitch. That's one lesson I wanted to share to you. Part of experience, always be prepared. But this session is not about just going to investors. This is about life. When you're selling, it's a thing that you're going to be having for the rest of your life. When I want to go out with a girl at the bar, what are you doing as a man? You're selling yourself. How? Through words. If I'm going to a job interview, what do? You're selling what? Exactly. Not literally physically, okay? But I'm talking about the value that they see in you. So before we start going with the way of the life of pitching, I just want to get everyone to be more, familiarized with how you can just sell anything with whatever item you have. Who here loves stories? Who here is so good at writing their own stories? Fantasy, fiction, especially fiction. No, you don't, only you? Okay. Who here likes to exaggerate? Oh, perfect. You are good sellers, or by default. Good. So now you have your item, right? Brother, you have your own item? You have it? Okay, so basically everyone has their own item. It could be a chair, it could be a beanbag, it could be a human, it could be anything, okay? So first thing you need to do is just find someone to pair with, okay? Anyone, just pair. Preferably someone who's not next to you, lah. Or preferably guy and girl, if you want to have a bit of competition. Okay? So everyone here is a couple. Yeah? Okay. So first thing, I want you to identify who's A and who's B. A, raise your hand. Okay, are you A? Good. Okay, A? Good. Okay, who's A? Good. So A, I want you to look at B and show that person your item. Okay, I see a water bottle, I see a wallet, pen, okay? Cool. So, this is what you're gonna do, okay? You're gonna warm up your pitch. And this is how we do this. First, you tell B what do you have in your hand. 2, why do you have it in the first place? And number 3, why do you have to buy it from me? Okay? So you're selling. That's pretty much what you're doing. But B, do not be so easy on A. I want you to be really hard on them. No easy yeses. No such thing in real life. There's no easy yeses. So treat the same way. A, you can be creative. You can come up with some crazy deals. You can say this is a magic bottle that will give you eternal life. B, exaggerate as much as you can to convince B to buy. So, but B, remind yourself, be hard on yourself. Okay? You have 1 minute and off you go. Basically, whatever that you're going through today, you just have to keep practicing. I think people forget, especially us Asians, us agents, we don't have this privilege in school where you can do show and tell, because you are taught to, you know, just learn and memorize from the textbook and then just think you can pass the exam. But that's where things will go wrong. I mean, I think this is like simple 101 when it comes to selling. You're not, just don't look at the book as your way of reaping some success, because pitching is just a tool. What we did, for example, with Incitement Growth lately, instead of teaching them geometry, English, biology, those things are already available online. What we do is we focus on your soft skills. That's the problem. If you have a need, because what we need as a human is a shelter, food, clothing, etc. When it comes to survive out there in the real world now, what you need is your soft skills. It has to be toned up. If you're an introvert, there's always ways for you to find a way to find that tone where you can actually still raise your voice in what you're concerned of. Introvert doesn't mean you're weak. That's totally not true. They also have the power of pretty much getting their ways, but it's just a different method. It's pretty much it. But what I've been trying to get people to accept, a framework I've been inciting, if you could say, is pretty much to try and embody when you are pitching. It's all about using the energy that you have and try and be convincing. If you believe in what you want to do, you definitely pitch perfectly. Again, there's no such thing as a perfect pitch. You're obviously going to stumble. No one speaks perfect English or perfect Malay or perfect Chinese. It happens sometimes. But then again, as long as you add your personal story, just like what SK mentioned, a lot of things I put here, SK has pretty much punched it. And it's actually very, very important, especially if you want to invest in whatever you want. But right now, what we are going through here is, again, it's about you. Regardless if it's an investor, regardless if it's opportunities, you just have to find able to sell yourself. And again, selling is just one of it. The other important thing is, we're going to skip that, is you need people. People to support you. Regardless how great your idea is, you need to be able to share it. If you can't share it, and you're saying people are going to steal your ideas, then you have a mental block. That is a block that you have. And being able to at least tell to your friends and get their validation is a good sign. If they say you're going to waste your time, blah, 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 that's not the right people to share your ideas, because they're just going to drill you down. You have these saying, you know, you don't want to be around people who are just always pulling you down. You want to be people like here. You just shared some random item on what this could be, and you were exaggerating, which is good. It's just an exercise. Again, it's not saying you can. If you could do what it does, I'd be more than happy to really, again, buy it. But again, it's just an exercise. We sometimes forget to practice. You just have to go out die. Sorry, not out die. You just have to go. Sorry, I was lip syncing. You just have to go out there and just randomly talk to your buddies, your friends. Just share. So going back to another thing that I like you to build upon is not just pitching. Pitching is just one street of you to kind of move you forward. What you need is people who believe in you, people who can bring you up, people who can say, shit, your idea is really cool, man. Your movement is really good. I love your NGO. How can I help? You get people like that, they're obviously going to support you. Like, I am lucky enough to say that, I don't know if this is skill or what, but I'm lucky enough to attract the right people who are supporting me all the time. I have people like Daniel, who all the way from Holland. I have people like Kenneth, who I met at Incitement. I have people like SK, who was, last year, if you didn't know, SK was a participant last year. So the amount of growth he has is actually giving me this extra motivation to literally literally to push through what I want to do. And that's basically the Incitement movement. I mean, it's in 37 countries. I mean, it's a good problem when it's growing so fast. So that's for me to worry about. But what I want to incite you here is basically, you have something, just call your friends, see what they say. You can tell whether they're supportive or not. You can see if they're willing to take one step further. Hey, let me help you out. I kind of like it. Then you have a fan. It's just like the guy who's crazy in the middle of a park. All of a sudden, he has 5,000 of people just dancing with him. That's the same notion what I'm trying to say. Share it with your family. If they don't like it, fine. They're not the right person to talk to. That happened to me. So my dad wants me to still to do PhD. He's encouraging me to still go and do a PhD. I said, I don't need to do PhD, man. I really don't need that stuff. Just because I'm just good at what I'm doing, this flow that I have right now. And again, you have to keep your support everywhere. Basically, get people to network. I want you to start networking. Again, use resources, use the friendship as a tool to grow, not the tool to use people, obviously. Sometimes we have those kind of problems. But the problem here is that we're not doing this enough. Americans, I have a lot of American friends, a lot of these entrepreneurs are freaking hustlers, man. They know who want to talk to, they have the mindset, they're targeting, they're targeting and firing. They're not aiming all the time, they're firing until they get someone. And that's the same thing what you have to do here. And that's the other privilege we're trying to put you guys to this program. You have all these speakers here. And sometimes I wasn't sure if why aren't people asking questions, but I do hope you do ask a lot of questions for you to grow when they're here spending time with you. When's the last time you have speakers like this chilling with you, eating lunch with you, or even tea? I can't even remember another event that does this. And that is the opportunity we want to empower the audience. And that's how different what we do. We want you to keep networking, get the right people. You know SK now. He's the right person for funding. I'm not kidding. You have Maverick. He has all this beautiful network from all the crazy-ass speakers around the world. He's there. You got Emilian. He's a crazy traffic guy. You don't want to miss him. He's probably Mindvalley's #1 top guy right now. You have Kyrie, who did 7 figures in 7 months from nothing to something. That tells you something. He's got people that he can pretty much offload it to you. Use it. I want you people to go out there and don't say, I can do this by myself. That's the ego talking to you. Just go out there and start talking. Talk to me. Talk to Yongju. Talk to anyone here. We will help you wherever we can. We will connect you with some people that can actually help you. That's why network is so important. Pitching is just a tool, but networking is the next thing. People are successful not because they have an amazing idea. No, they know people, man. If you really look at Steve Jobs' story or Richard Branson, they know people. That's why they're there. If you don't know anyone and you think you can just bootstrap it sometimes, again, there's a chance that it's not going to happen. So my message to you all is try to open up yourself, okay? Go out there, talk to random people, go to networking, go to pubs, rooftop parties, whatever. You can talk about all the booze that you're drinking, but again, throw a conversation, see what they think. You'll be amazed, a lot of startups ideas come from these kind of conversations, and then even angel investors are hitting. Golf courses, people go play golf to network because that's where all the investors are. This is the common thing why people just do these things. It's not because, it's like for them investing from playing golf, paying golf, and then they pay, $1,200 USD a year so that they can keep going and network with the CEOs who are just playing around there. That's the whole point. So networking is the next thing. Please bear in mind, if you're good at pitching, fantastic, I support you. You're already halfway there. If you can get the right people to support you, man, you have a lot of, there's tons of abundance for you lying in front of you. So that is the message I'm trying to portray.